interested in finding grants for your amazing programs? Well, I'm going to walk you through a tutorial on how to use Instrumentl today. You can also book a call with them and do a free demo, but I wanted to show you behind the scenes on how so many people inside the Freelance Grant Writer Academy are finding grants, and they're finding aligned grants today. So let's go ahead and see all that Instrumentl provides. Okay, so our example today is going to be an animal nonprofit based in Austin, Texas. What you want to do is open Instrumentl, and you're going to create a project. When you create a project, you're going to give it a project name. And then it asks you here to tell us what you are fundraising for. So what we're going to do is use in our example today. Our nonprofit is an animal shelter in Austin, Texas, and we need funding to rescue, stabilize, and rehome 1,000 stray dogs and cats within 12 months through a coordinated system of outreach, medical care, fostering, and adoption. Now you see how specific I am. The more specific you are in Instrumentl, the better matches it can make. If you just say, we're an animal shelter, it's going to give you maybe not the best aligned matches, or you're going to have to dig through them. So when I'm very specific in what I want and what I need, it is going to connect you with better aligned sources, so your vetting time will be quicker. Okay. You can also generate keyword suggestions from if you put in really good description like I did. So you just hit the button here. It's going to analyze your description as it's doing right now, finding relevant keywords. You can also add keywords as well. Here it went ahead and told me it actually found quite a few keywords: animal welfare, domestic animals and pets, community development, veterinarian sciences and services, volunteerism, and philanthropy. I'm going to actually not select volunteerism and philanthropy because that might actually give me too many grants that aren't aligned, and I'm also not going to select community development. I could definitely update this and go back in and put those keywords in to find more, but I want to see what I can find first. So you do have to click on them, the ones that you want it to use as keywords. So I clicked on the 3. And you have a client profile, your lead, if you have more than one person in your Instrumentl, you put here. And for here, it's going to ask you matches and tracking. So if you actually want to start tracking the applications or just tracking, I'm going to put matches and tracking. And then you hit next. When it comes here, it's going to ask you for the applicant type. What type of organization are you? So I'm going to select just a nonprofit. You could also select a school if you are, a for-profit business, a government entity, a hospital or clinic, and I might actually select that too, because if I'm a veterinarian, you might have, if you have a veterinarian clinic, that is a type of clinic. So now it's going to ask you if you're going to apply for faith-based organizations and programs. I'm going to select no, because we're not. We're just selecting for animals. And then you're going to say, which area does your project serve? I'm going to select inside the United States, and then I'm going to not just be a national in scope, but remember, I'm based in Austin. So I can easily just put in Austin, and it's going to come up. You could also keep it more broad if you're looking for like funders from other places, but I want to get the best aligned fit organizations first, and funders that will fund my organization and project. We don't have plants. We do have animals here, but I'm okay to keep this open. And then it's going to ask you, what size grants are you looking for in US dollars, in USD? I'm not going to have a minimum, but sometimes you might. If you don't want grants under 50,000, let's say, you only want grants that you can submit for 50,000 and up, you could make that a minimum, and that would also vet so you don't have so many applications to look through. I'm just going to put up to 50K and you can also do a maximum. And then you can say, what will you use the funds for? For this one, we're going to say a project or program. We're also going to say general operating expenses, because I love a general operating grant. And we're also going to say training and capacity building. You could also select capital project, education outreach, and other types of things. You can also select for academic researchers if you're looking to fund your academic programs, if you're a university professor, research, fellowships, scholarships, and conferences as well. We won't do that for this example. And then it's finally going to ask you, what kind of funders would you like to see grants from? And you can select all of those. I always like to select all of them. But it's up to you if you don't want to look at federal grants, state or local grants, private grants, corporate grants, or association and society. I like to select them all. Then you're just going to hit save and exit. As you can see right now, it's just finding my best matches. It's exploring everything. Look at this. it has popped up and says it has found 181 grants for me. And you saw how specific I got. I wasn't looking for everything. I had certain keywords and a certain geographic location, certain types of grants, etc. So if I didn't select all of that, I would have seen thousands of grants, and that would have taken so much time to go through, and they wouldn't have been the most aligned. So this is really helping me vet to get the actual aligned applications. So now it's saying 150 foundation grants are a fit, 23 corporate grants, and 5 government grants. So I'm just gonna hit let's go, and then it's gonna show all of your matches here. So what's great about this is you can really look through and you can see here when are the deadlines, how much are they giving, etc. So as I'm scrolling down, I saw this one and I said, okay, ready for rescue grants. The deadline is May 31st and it funds up to $10,000 US. Okay, so now you want to go ahead and expand this. So I clicked here and I can see so much information. You can see how valuable this is. So right here, I'm seeing all their application cycles. So it's not just May 31st, but it's also August 31st, February 28th, May 31st. It looks like they're giving it about quarterly. They give up to about $10,000 and you can see all this information. But what's really, I want to point out just a couple of things on here that are really interesting. What I encourage you to look at is the past grantees. You can see right here, if you click on the 29 more, you can actually have a map here of where all the grants are being awarded. And in this darker purple is where they give out more. So they've actually given out 33 in Texas, and this is all time, but you could also look year by year, which is fantastic. So just in 2024, they gave out 15 in Texas, which is the highest they gave in one state. So this is, so far, I'm saying a check mark yes, right? So we want to keep going then. What other check marks? You could also put in here the certain area. So if I wanted to put in Austin, yes, they actually have given grants in 2 different animal places, Austin Humane Society and Austin Pets Alive. They've given specifically to these animal centers in Austin, Texas. So once again, check, check, and they've given in 2020, 2023, 2024. So it's consistent year over year giving, which is fantastic. You can even see what amount these organizations have gotten funding for. $10,000, $17,000, $32,000, and you can see for what type of program. Ready for rescue, right? And even COVID relief in 2020. So this is fantastic. Now I would recommend you scroll down further. What's great about this is you can see how they're giving to new grantees. So if you want to get your foot in the door, how difficult is this? And it tells you right here, in the most recent 3 years of data, 60% of awards have gone to new grantees. That's definitely a big check. That's actually a high percentage. And you can click on these bars to see how exactly for year over year what that percentage rate is, which is fantastic. So as you scroll down here, you can also see what is the grant range? How much would you be competitive to ask for? If you ask for $500,000, do you think that's going to be a good fit? Probably not at all, right? So right here, they're going to tell you the grant range. And they say there were 76 awards in 2024. New grantees averaged 14,559. Repeat grantees also averaged the exact same. So you want to make sure that you aren't asking for more than that in your first year to get your foot in the door. And as the criteria said up to 10,000, I would actually probably stay around there. So you can definitely get way more information as you scroll through here. We're not going to go through every single point for this video today, but I just want to show you what the main things are to look at. Another thing that you can do is, do you see how it has key people and it actually gives you their board of directors with their names? You could find them on LinkedIn and see them related to this organization, and you could follow them and see what they do and all of that. Like, you can start building relationships in different ways. They even give you their website, their phone number, their email, or their mailing address, so you can mail them something about your organization. There are a lot of things here that you now have access to that there's no gatekeepers anymore because you have this information. You can go through their 990s all the way back to 2009 even. This is absolutely amazing. And of course, you can go to the website and see the application and see all the requirements. So this has been a quick dive into, in 30 minutes or less, actually we only took probably about 10 minutes to find a great fit funder for this nonprofit. and you're really getting alignment here, and that's what's important. If you want to learn more about processes and software and where to find grants and how to manage them and how to write the best grants, definitely check out our Freelance Grant Writer Academy. That's where we really help you learn how to write grants, how to find grants, and how to start a freelance grant writing business so you can quit your full-time job and work from home as a grant writer and make more money than ever while supporting these amazing causes. If you have a favorite grant database that you love, please put it in the comments below. I would love to see where you're finding grants.